How is anybody gonna decide who to send home? Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. What are they trying to do to me? Oh Lord, I'm so drained right now. This was the top 12 today, and there were so many great performances. I have been on an emotional roller coaster like this, y'all, tonight. I'm telling y'all, did y'all feel the same way? Carson announced that the finalists will perform original songs later on in the season, and they're working with songwriters and stuff now. And Pharrell announced he already has intentions to record with all 3 of his artists. So for performances tonight, TeamPharrell started out with Sugar Jones. She did Take Me to the River by Al Green, and she was wailing away and lost her hat during first rehearsal, and she talked about how she loves doing male R&B songs. So starting out the show with a little sass and glitter, Sugar came on and strong in the beginning of this song. Her voice and attitude were on point for this performance, and she just kept going up and up and up and get stronger and stronger to the end. I was like, go ahead on, girl. Gwen, looking like a queen. She was looking really good. Tell me down in the comments, y'all know she was looking good. Was wondering what kind of record she would make and said she seems retro, but called it incredible. Adam said this song showed a lot more dynamically. Blake said there's an edginess to her voice and said her voice keeps him on the edge of his seat. Then TeamGwen had Ryan Sill do Ordinary World by Duran, and in rehearsal he was giving some intense vocals and looks and things. Gwen said he was looking like James Dean when he started, but lost it at certain points. She asked him just to be more natural and less aware of like the way he looks. So on stage, this was sounding really good in his voice. He gave a little pop punk sound to it. The song was getting a little repetitive after a while, and then he went into some wails that were intense too. I don't know if they were on pitch, but they were just big and loud and high, but they weren't quite on pitch. Okay, they were very impressive though, and all the coaches stood for him. Adam thought it was an amazing song choice for him and called him an amazing singer. Pharrell told him to pick a lane where no one else can do what he can do, agreeing with Adam that he should do rock, because Adam said earlier he should do rock. Katherine, Heigl, and Alfree Woodard were in the audience to pimp their new show, State of Affairs, which I think comes on right after this, which means I won't get to watch it because I'll be doing my commentary, but you guys will let me know how it went. TeamBlake was up next with Jessie doing Don't You Worry Child by Swedish House Mafia featuring John Martin. And she wanted to start the song slow on the piano and then pick it up, and Blake was saying the slow part was the best and she needs to work on the up-tempo part more. So we started out with an extreme close-up on her face and then panned back to a white piano. I was loving the sound of her voice as always, and she had a nice vibe going. When the tempo came in, it felt like she lost something, a little of that vibe that she had. It just didn't seem to fit her voice, though she was representing well enough vocally. It just, I was just like, oh, I wish she would have stayed at the piano the whole time. The audience seemed to really enjoy the performance. Gwen said she loved hearing the song broken down. Adam liked it a lot and told her to keep exploring the big part of her voice. So y'all know this is the time in the show where I asked you to thumb up the commentary. Make sure that you don't forget. Do it right now, you know, because listen, I gotta remember to tell you, so I know you got to remember to do it. Thank you guys so much for your thumbs. I appreciate all of your support. TeamAdam was up next with Damien doing He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by Donny Hathaway, and Adam was trying to get him to go bigger and bigger during rehearsals and gave him homework on the song to add like a lot of his, basically he's saying add a lot of his tricks and his stuff in his arsenal to the mix. So he started out on a little platform handling those long notes well and bringing his signature emotion to the mix. The audience went crazy several times during this performance, and Adam and Pharrell were on their feet before he even finished. He was working this song, doing quite well with it. Blake congratulated him and called it solid. Pharrell also complimented him and congratulated him on his final run, the last run he did. He said, oh, we expected you to finish, but you just kept it. You went back into this and you did that. And I was like, go ahead on, boy. Talk about it. Talk about it. TeamPharrell was up next with Danica Shirey doing Creep by Radiohead, and she chose this song herself, and in rehearsal he advised her to slow it down and mentioned how Al Green might do it, saying it really sounded like an old soul record once Pharrell got in there and said do this and try this and do this and all that good stuff. So this had a great vibe at the top of the song while keeping some of the vibe of the original. I didn't feel like it was really slowed down though. It had like kind of pretty much the same pace, maybe even just a little quicker in the tempo. Her voice sounded clear, precise, and almost sparkling. Probably the best rendition of the song that I've heard, and they stripped it down way at just the very ending. They stripped it and she just sang the notes. It was really, really nice. I really enjoyed this. Beautiful, beautiful rendition, beautiful performance. Her voice was crystal clear. I mean, just amazing. Gwen called her a freak of nature and shocking. Adam said she's so good that anything she sings is going to be amazing. Then TeamGwen had Taylor John Williams do If by Bread, and rehearsal showed Gwen trying to get him to not throw away the lyrics. She wanted him to hold on to it, stop rushing it, because he's kind of rushing through it, and just to feel that emotion and let it come out. So he was back on his stool to start this on stage, and it certainly was a little raw and vulnerable. He handled the melody well, had a nice tone on most of the song, but there was a little something missing for me. I don't know if it was the emotion or the connection or what it was, but I was just, I was wanting something more. But I did really believe what he was singing, and I don't know, it's just, it was lacking something for me. Adam said it was awesome to hear a song in a major key and called it delicate and different. Blake told Gwen she can't take Taylor away from what he does and said he always sounds great. Pharrell said his vocal brought the tenderness out of the song. TeamBlake was up next with Reagan James. She did It Ain't Over Till It's Over by Lenny Kravitz, and Blake told her to go full voice on the first chorus and asked her about her musical influences. She also helped to arrange the song again on this. She was in there just like, I need this, I want that, and all that good stuff. I had a big smile as she started out this performance. She just looked and sounded like a young pop star. Comfortable and engaging the audience. She was working the crowd and just very pleasant. Her voice seemed to go out a little on some of the higher notes, and she hit some bum notes during the end, but you know, altogether it was pretty good. Pharrell said she made the song her own and called her awesome. Adam called it totally different and said there were moments that were breathy and it took away a little for him. TeamPharrell was up next with Luke Wade. He did Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, and he picked up his guitar, and Pharrell was telling him just to feel his way through it and advised him to get up and work the stage at some points during the performance. So he started sitting and playing guitar and immediately had problems syncing with the band. He stumbled through the lyrics in 2 or 3 places in the beginning, but got back in the game before he put down the guitar and picked up the mic and started working the crowd. He sounded just a little hoarse in places to me, but he gave it all on this and he ended well. But okay, Carson asked him what happened in the beginning, and he said he came in 2 beats too early. But what I was seeing was he looked at the band, and this is something that, I mean, that, you know, that you just can't do. Even if it's not your fault, you don't want to place blame while you're performing. And to me, he placed blame. He gave them this death stare that was like, you know, like they had messed up. And if they had, that's fine, but you can't do that. You just have to get back on and do your thing. You can't place blame. And I was just kind of like, I was happy when he said that I started 2 beats early, blah, 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 instead of saying, oh, I don't think the band did. You know, that was classy. But during his performance, that little eye cut, I was like, you shouldn't have done that. Adam said he was super nervous, but he recovered like a professional would recover. Gwen said it didn't matter because he recovered well and called it a great performance. What did y'all think about that performance? TeamAdam was up next with McAndrew. He did Take Me to Church by Hozier, and Adam asked him to be more vulnerable in the opening, but to go off in the second chorus and really give us all of this thing. Plus he gave him a kind of a beat to put in his head to stay on the rhythm throughout. So I just saw the video for this song earlier today. I don't know, I was looking through Billboard or something like that, and I saw the video. I was like, oh my god, I was just blown away by it. You gotta watch it if you haven't seen it. This kind of started out like a laundry list of lyrics until we got to the amen. Then I felt like he was into the feeling and story of the song. But even with the intensity of the song in the later parts, he found places to be a little more tender. But those pop falsetto notes he did were not quite on point for me. Adam and Pharrell stood for him. Blake and Adam said they couldn't hear him that good. Pharrell told him he can't wait to hear the albums he's going to make after the show. And Gwen said it was a good mixture of everything that's perfect for him. TeamBlake and Craig Wayne Boyd, he did You Look So Good in Love by George Strait. And Blake gave him some very specific notes on his sound at certain points during rehearsal. And he sang to him after. He's like, you sound so good on this song or something like that, you know, in the rhythm of the song that he was doing. He started this out a cappella and then played a few guitar chords to accompany himself. It sounded good, strong, focused, and he was working the emotion of the song. When he tossed down the guitar, and I mean, it looked to me like he tossed down that guitar instead of laying it into the little place where it was going. He tossed down the guitar and pulled the mic out of the stand. I really felt like he was about to get some panties thrown on the stage, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like going out with that sex appeal and stuff. This was really good vocal, but it just laid in the cut. He didn't do any really big, you know, but it was just It was just perfect. It was just, everything was there. Very sexy. Blake and Pharrell stood for him. Gwen said she felt like the lyric of the song was for her and called him natural and professional. Adam said it was a really telling moment for him and said he needed a moment like this. Pharrell called it a clean, super professional performance. TeamAdam was up next with Chris Jamison doing Jealous by Nick Jonas. Oh my God, I was just thinking about doing a cover of this song. Should I? Tell me down in the comments. I don't know. I really like it, but all that falsetto stuff. Okay, whatever. I can do it. I'm just nervous about it. Chris asked Adam how to move on an upbeat song, dance song during rehearsals, and Adam told him to move like himself. Okay, thanks Adam. He also told him to check when he's coming out of his falsetto to make sure it's smooth. So this definitely seemed like a good song for what Chris does. His opening was very connected, but I was waiting on the falsetto naturally, and he nailed it when he came in. I was loving the way he moved, and he seemed to hit all the right notes and feels at the right time on this. This had a really great vibe, and that last note was on point in falsetto. Great job. Pharrell said it was 100% his best performance and mentioned how he handled the falsetto. Gwen said it seemed like this was his song and it showed all the strengths of his voice. And finally, my girl, TeamGwen, Anita Antoinette did Redemption Song by Bob Marley. And Gwen noticed the key was a little low for her in rehearsal and wanted to find her sweet spot, and she said it, her sweet spot, so they raised the key to fit her voice. And she started talking about her clothing and performance, and I don't know, the stuff she was talking about, I was like, oh my God, is she gonna dress like that? Which she didn't end up dressing like that, and I'm glad she did. Some of the stuff she showed, I was like, okay, let's take us back to Africa. Her voice was so commanding as she started this out, and then she went directly into an almost whisper, and that pulled me right into what she was trying to do. She was living and breathing the lyrics of this song, and I was feeling every second of it and taking this journey with her. I mean, this was just a masterful performance of a song that I'm pretty sure that is like just a part of her heart. Adam said tonight she was an ambassador to Jamaica. Blake told her that her voice was soothing, calm, and relaxing, and that is all there is to the show. Oh my God! Did you guys watch? Were you like drained? I mean, the performances for me was so, it was so many great ones. I was just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Tell me down in the comments who you think is going home. Who do you think is going home? And yeah, just let me know. 2 are going home tomorrow night, so that's 2 people. The Instant Save is back tomorrow night, where the bottom 3 will get voted on by Twitter in real time, and they'll save 1 person, and Ella Henderson is performing. This is Robert Anton, RobertAnton.com. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thanks for your thumbs, and I am out. Peace.